Here we're going to look at changing the subject of formulas. We've got 4 formulas across the top here. You can see in each case one letter is the subject of that formula. In this case y out on its own, x, a, and again a. So we're looking to, in each of these cases, change the subject of the formula. We'll do one at a time. In this one here we've got y and we've got x. At the moment y is the subject of the formula, we want to make x the subject of the formula. This is a very similar method to solving the equation for x, or finding the value of x if we had this as an equation. Now, what we need to do is get x on its own. So have a look at this. We're going to times it by 2 and then add 3 to it. So in reverse, doing reverse operators, the first thing we need to undo or get rid of is the add 3. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. That leaves us with y, subtract 3 on the left, and 2x on the right. Remember, we want to get x on its own, make x the subject of this formula, so to get rid of the multiply by 2, we're going to divide both sides by 2. So on the left-hand side, we end up with y, subtract 3 over 2. On the right-hand side, we end up with x. Now, by tradition, we write the subject on the left-hand side, so that leaves us with x equals y minus 3 all over 2. Again, we look at this example here. We've got division involved in this one, but it's exactly the same process. We're trying to get y as the subject of this formula. So let's look at this. We've got the y, take away 5, and then divide by b. Doesn't matter that it's a b, we can treat it as if it's any other number. The most important thing to do is need to get y on its own. So to get rid of that divide by b, we need to multiply both sides by b. So on the left-hand side, we end up with bx, and on the right-hand side, we end up with y minus 5. That makes it a lot nicer to look at straight away because we get rid of the division. Now, we want to get y on its own, so at the moment we've got this subtract 5, so we're going to add 5 to both sides, do the reverse operator. So on the left-hand side we end up with bx plus 5, and on the right-hand side we end up with y. Again, we just turn it around, write it the other way, so that it's in the correct format for our answer. Looking at a third example here, it's very similar. We want to, in this case, make b the subject of this formula. The only complication here is we've got 2 occurrences of the letter b. So in some way, we're going to have to simplify that down so we only have it once. But looking at this formula in general, the most annoying bit, the nastiest bit of this, is this division by 2. So it would be worthwhile us getting rid of that straight away. If we multiply both sides of this formula by 2 all the way through, it will get rid of this divide by 2. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. That gives us 2a here. It makes this 2b. But most importantly, it gets rid of this divide by 2, so it gives us bc there. Now, you can see that we've got some b here, 2b here, and we've got c lot of b here. So we can factorise this right-hand side. So the left-hand side stays the same, and we'll factorise the right-hand side for b. Now, this is what you need to be looking for if you've got 2 occurrences of the letter you want to make the subject of the formula. You need to be able to factorise somewhere along the route. In this case, you can see we've now got just 1 occurrence of the letter b. So, I've got 2 plus c lots of b at the moment. So, to make things simpler, we're going to divide both sides by b plus c. That is, the left-hand side is going to be 2a over 2 plus c, and the right-hand side becomes b. Turning this around, just to write it in the correct format, with the subject first, you get 2a over 2 plus c. Finally, we're going to have a look at this example, which is similar in many ways in the fact that b occurs twice. We want to make b the subject. The nastiest part of this formula is the division by b minus 5. So the sensible thing to do, first of all, is to multiply both sides by b minus 5. That puts on this side b minus 5 times a, and on the right-hand side 2 minus 7b. Now straight away that flattens out, it removes any division from this formula. Now if we multiply this out, we've got ba minus 5 lots of a equals 2 minus 7b. So all we've done there is multiplied those brackets out. They can see we've got b over here, we've got b over here. What we need to do in this case is we need to put all the b's on one side and get everything else we can possibly on the other side. So I'm going to try to get all the b's on the left-hand side. So the first thing I need to do to get this b, get rid of this b here, is to add 7b to both sides. So I'm going to add 7b. That gets rid of that on this side, but it adds it to that side. So I end up with 2b, take away 5a, add 7b equals just remaining 2 on this side. And I'm going to get rid of anything on this side which isn't involving b, in this case the subtract 5a. So I'm going to add 5a to both sides. And that leaves me with the ab on this side, the 7b, and 2 plus 5a on that side. Now you can see all the terms involving b are on this side, and I can factorise those. So I can take the b out in front of the brackets, and leave the other side as it was. This has the advantage, as we did before, that we now only have one b involved in the whole formula. We can divide both sides by a plus 3. So we end up with b equals 2 plus 5a, which is this bit here, all divided by the bit that was in brackets, a plus 7. In this case, it's the correct way around, so we'll leave it like that.